Greetings and salutations, my friends. It's Oscar Diggs here for another episode of Let's Build Kansas. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be Let's Build Oz. We are going to be working our way towards Oz sooner than I was maybe originally intending. Let's take a look at what we have going on here. So first of all, we're going to look at our board here. We were able to take care of the super smelter. Whoops, last time. Oh, my axes are getting too efficient. All right, so we got the super smelter. We've got some more farms. And my original plan was on every one of these farms, we'd like to have an episode that would cover one or two of those things, right? The problem is that it's just taking so long to get through all of the stuff. And originally I'd kind of thought maybe it would take 12 or 13 episodes, maybe even a little more before we could really like pack up and move to Oz. And the problem is that means that it would be like 3 or 4 months at this rate, if not more, before we can actually do that. And that's just too long. And so here is what we are planning on doing. So first of all, we do have some Twitch streams that we're doing once in a while. So for sure Saturday mornings and maybe some evenings here and there, we'll have some Twitch streams that you can come check out and just kind of see the random things that we're doing. We still definitely need to get the bamboo farm to feed the super smelter. And, you know, some of these things we'll build when it seems to make sense to build them. But what I've done is I've also created a list of things that we can do to get ourselves to Oz as quickly as we can. So there are some basic things that we need to get done, and this is the list of what those are. First of all, we have to get wings, and so we got to be doing the End City raiding, which means we have to defeat the Ender Dragon, which means we have to find a stronghold. So we're going to work our way up this list. We also need beacons in a really bad way, so we have to defeat the Wither, which means we need a Wither Skeleton farm, so we can get all kinds of Wither Skeleton skulls for spawning the Wither. And then along with that, we really are going to need a Guardian farm because of the green and aqua colored blocks that come from that. And then a Blaze farm would be really nice to have for the Blaze rods, Blaze powder, as well. Now, so instead of making episodes for all of these different things, we're going to just try to get regular episodes out as we go along in our progress here. And you'll see that we've got a building over here that I haven't shown you yet. This is what we covered up the iron farm with. And what I think I'm going to do right now is just kind of give you a little bit of a tour of what we've got going on here in Kansas and also in Oz. While we're up here, we will just check out the iron farm. And right next to it, a very unsafe building which houses the super smelter. Not all completely done. You'll see even from here, you can tell that there's a grass floor in here. We've got internal stuff that we need to do on these. But very good start to some builds. I think I'd like to get more detail on this build as well. So let's go and make it daytime, and then I will give you a little bit of a tour of the things that we've had going on. So here is our iron farm build, and it's, again, still a little bit of a work in progress. I like what I have here, a little bit too much open area right here. I'd like to find some ways to add some details. We did some stone brick walls at the bottom just to kind of frame it a little bit. I think I'd like to get that all the way around the build here as well. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along okay. On the inside, we've got all this as slab, so I don't have to worry quite so much about lighting. We've got to detail this area a lot, and I need to get a different block underneath than the dirt there. But what we have is our floor area that we built last time, and our iron farm continues to pour out a lot of good, a lot of iron, which is really, really nice. This is, again, kind of that dirtier area that we had set aside before. And nothing else really too much here. We have a walkway though that will take us over to, and these chests will, barrels will end up going. But I need to work on the floor in this room. So this is the super smelter that we built last time, and we put a nice brick building around it. I've been having mobs spawn in here. I'm not exactly sure where, so we're going to work on that a little bit. I also need to figure out a better way to access the chest that we put our stuff into. So one thing I really like in this build so far is the use of the smithing table as my ceiling texture. So kind of an expensive ceiling, but yeah, I really like that extra look there. I haven't built around the wool farm yet, but one thing I did do, well, also I did die in here. We had collected a bunch of iron golems. When I was building this, they would spawn, on the top of the wall as I was building my way up. And then they dropped down here, and they all ended up funneling in here. So I killed most of them. But the first one I tried to kill, it got me instead. I was just a little bit sticking too far out, and it got me. And so let's take a look at that footage. Oh, yeeted by my own iron golems, I tell ya. One thing I have done too, on this side, we are still focusing on the different wool that we can trade. So the brown, black, and gray wool. But on this side, I've started doing colors. So the white, of course, we'll keep cutting here. But I've got light blue, I've got dark blue, I've got green, which is going to be really important. I got lime, which is going to be really important. And then yellow, orange, and red. So kind of the primary colors of the rainbow on this side. Let's go up to the house, actually. We'll make sure that we take a look and see the inside decorations of the house. Now, before we get to the house, yeah, so I'm starting to get lag here at spawn, and I think I know why. Oh my goodness, it's got to be more than 25 there. We've got a whole bunch of villagers that have just decided to spawn again. This was not working for a while. I don't think I did anything different, and all of a sudden we have villagers like crazy. But we've got to get this taken care of, and I think I will take some of these, or one of these, over and put them on that side so we can have this be just a carrot farm. I've done a little bit more decorating here inside the house, so I put up kind of a little table area here next to the brewing area. Some of my brewing ingredients are up here, but just kind of random, mostly food and brewing stuff over. And there's some of the water breathing. Okay, good. So this is actually, getting more detailed for a Kansas house. It's pretty good. A little bit of color with the creeper painting and this guy here as well. So that's most of what we have going on in Kansas, but we're going to go through the Nether and see what we have going on here. So of course we've got our Nether portal, and oh yeah, I like this. This is the portal that goes directly to my house, and I got the stained glass here that I can look under and check out the Nether world below me. Ghasts that spawn, and here's my sketchy staircase that I had before. So exciting stuff there. Still doing some work here. I'm working out kind of an archway type of look. I haven't decided what I want this to look like yet. And I got a couple of options that I was looking for some suggestions on stream. Let me know what you think. What I'm thinking right now is that we'll be going with this type of design. To have boats go on, basically. So the boats go on the blue ice, and the blue ice is super fast with boats. It's crazy. And then if you put the buttons on the ice, then of course that keeps stuff from spawning. That will slow you down on the way. Because of the warped wood buttons and the dark prismarine, which actually goes together really well. I think I'm leaning towards something along this type of look with the sea lanterns. I want a greenish theme in this tunnel, and I think I like this a little bit better. And I don't know, I might play maybe with more fences here just to keep detail. I might take the walls out and put fences in its place. We'll see. I haven't decided what I want to do there yet. I was also looking at this type of a design where I've got like a lime stained glass along with the emerald blocks, and I think I'm going to save this type of design for the hub on the Emerald City side of things. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. Do you leave a comment down below, and also just to make sure that you can stay up with where we're at. Make sure that you subscribe and follow me on Twitch so you can check out when I go live and be a part of our community that we're going to work on building there too. So that's sort of our nether hub area that's starting to come together, at least pictures of what we're going to do. We are going to time how quickly it takes us to get to the other end, and then also how many blocks that ends up being. Let's see. Go. The only thing about this is it's a little hard to keep control since I have it 3 wide. Once I get it straight, it's probably okay. And I've got a couple of, here we are, 13 seconds, 580 blocks in 13 seconds. That's insane. That is 41 blocks per second. So blue ice that's currently my nether travel speed of choice. All right, so here is what will eventually be our nether hub for the Emerald City. This is going to have to be one that I build out because this area is, and by the way, another basalt deltas, of course. My favorite, yeah, really. But we're going to have to build this out because this is, again, kind of floating up in a precarious position here. Yeah, so here's the Emerald City. For the time being, this drops me off right in this tunnel. I do have an ender chest right here, and it drops me off in this little cave that is next to, or in the middle of our jungle. So here is where we've been clearing out some trees, and I'm now going to be doing a whole lot more of that because I built myself a creeper farm. We're going to want a lot of gunpowder for TNT. The problem with this is that the rates are, as you can see, not really good. And the main thing that is driving that is the fact that this is not a very lit up area. Of course, all of the jungle is not lit up. And then a lot of the areas underneath are not lit up either. I did actually quite a bit of cave lighting, and so let's go check that out and check out the area underneath the Emerald City. So as you can see, I've been doing a lot of lighting up of caves and even the area around through the jungle with some torches, trying to improve those spawn rates. So we'll see how that goes. I came prepared to light up some more, but I honestly can't find any caves. It's so hard to find caves with all of that ground cover. So instead, there's a precarious llama. Instead, we are going to clean out some more jungle trees because I'm basically out of jungle logs and I need chests to make hoppers and storage for the bamboo farm. Exciting. So anyway, let's get to town here and try to clean out some more areas and see if I can find a cave to light up or two. All right, so we went to the jungle. We got our jungle wood. We got jungle leaves, which we'll also use here for our bamboo farm. And we are ready to fuel our super smelter with bamboo. So we're planning on building the flying machine type of bamboo farm, and we're going to build it this way so that we'll send the flying machine out and we'll bring it back. And by the time we do that, we will be able to send the minecarts out to pick up the bamboo from underneath the block. So we'll build our recovery system here, retrieval system underneath, and then we'll place a row of dirt on which we can plant the bamboo. Okay, and so you remember that whole part about us saying that we were going to build the bamboo farm this way. We're not. We're going to actually switch it around and we're going to have it go this way. And the reason for that is the placement of these rails are driving me nuts. Running them north and south is better than running them east, or east and west is better than running them north and south, because as I try to put them on here, as soon as I lay this one, it goes that way. And that's just kind of a thing. So if I can sit here and I can make two, oops, I can make two like this, but notice how it always lays that first one sideways. If I try to lay them this way, and then the next one, it always will, it wants to lay it going east and west. So we will just play the game and build our farm going east and west. At some point, I feel like I knew that, but I long since forgot. So all this work that I have to do, and I'm fishing. Well, I'm really hoping to get nautilus shells, and they are going to be the death of me. I've got 5, and I'm not quite sure how I got them. But I just got 2 more while fishing here finally. Man, it started to rain. I'm like, I guess we just got to go fishing because this is about as fast as it's going to be now that the old pre-116 fishing auto fishing setups are now defunct. But it still is going to take a while. Oh, we got our third, so that gives us 8. That gives us enough for at least 1 conduit. So we can get to work on our guardian farm, which I haven't even talked about yet. We will have to go visit that. We're on the water. Let's go visit that real quick. And there it is, soon to be a guardian farm. Well, I like to say soon. We'll see. I have gone in and taken care of all the dirty work on the inside, and let's go check it out. And here we are. So as you can see, we've been a little busy. This is some of the stuff that we've been doing on our Twitch streams. And so we've got this set up. I don't think, though, that I'm going to empty out the whole area above. I think we are going to set this up as one of the bubble type farms. And so once I have the collection system taken care of up on top, we will change, we'll get source blocks of water back in here, and we will change all of this to soul sand, so we get bubbled heading up, and all of the guardians will be pushed forward and collected that way. I have shown this off as part of our tour. It is time now to finally build the bamboo farm. Let's go. Okay, so before we were so rudely interrupted with fishing and tours of aquatic buildings, we were talking about this bamboo farm and building it one way versus building it the other way and how rails fit together. And finally, I kind of said, you know, I need to work out exactly what I'm doing here in creative. So that's what I did. I came around and put this together, actually did my own little evaluating to find something that would fit nice and tight and neat here. And this is the unloading system that Ilmango talked about in one of his videos. I will link to the video in the description. The other end of the farm is going to just be a lineup similar here with powered rail on that end and all the way across. And all that one has to do is have a timer so that when it's time to harvest, we'll turn those on, send them down to pick stuff up. And in fact, I'm thinking timer will actually be on this side because we'll have a flying machine hooked up that will send down, and we'll just send the items when it gets down, when the flying machine gets to that end, and that's how we're going to set that up. So that's the rough idea. It'll come together as I build it here on screen, but I'm going to run this as a time lapse so we can check out the build, and hopefully it turns out good because I really need fuel. I hate having to go search for coal just so I can run my super smelter. So this is really going to be important for us to get up and running. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, we are almost ready to try out our system here. And as with everything, we're getting a little closer to my buildings than I would really probably have liked, but that's okay because we're going to be delivering this to the super smelter anyway, so it's all kind of one and the same system. So it's good to have it close. Not a super huge farm by super huge farm standards, but honestly, this should easily get us what we need and then some. All right. That's not how we'll place our scaffolding. All right, so if I place, unless this ends up screwing it up, I'll place this, it'll power that, and it'll push things going that way. So that's the plan, all right? Ooh. That's not how it's supposed to work. Okay. So we just kept it short for a little bit. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. All right. Up. Okay. We are going to test this out and see if we can get this to work. So what should happen is that the timer will be on this side. It'll send it over there, harvest all the stuff in the middle, which is nothing right now. And then that section will send it back and send the hopper minecarts over to deliver. So I'm just for now going to simulate the timer setting a redstone pulse by placing a torch. And there it goes. And it's flying. And it is harvesting. And it's sending back. And they are being delivered. Beautiful. And then when it gets to the end, it stops. That took longer than it was supposed to. But it's done, and I'm going to plant some bamboo. Actually, let's test it one more time with its full length. Let's just bring it back out here. Make sure that it can push everything that I think it's supposed to be able to push. Same thing on this side. If you ever build these things and you're doing the return stations, the most important thing to remember that you will forget, because I have forgotten every single time I've done this so far, is that, number one, it's better to show people if you can actually stand on top of the blocks you're trying to climb up. And number two, this repeater, forget about all this stuff over here, but this repeater right here needs to be on a 2-tick delay. Otherwise, it'll sit there and Flappy Bird at you. All right, so now we've got it all full. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Oh, it's too big. Really? Okay, let's just try taking off one block off of each end. Okay. It's about when a creeper comes from this side and knocks me out. Not the water! Oh, no, 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 no! At least I think it was just repeaters. Can't make this stuff up. Okay, let's try this again. The water bucket is out of my inventory completely. Here we go. That's a beautiful sight. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we have. We took care of the bamboo farm. No netherite axe this time. And that's, again, some of these we might just decide that it makes more sense just to have them in Oz if we're going to be making that move. We also talked about this side of things, and I just realized that I've got one more thing that I need to show you. So I keep thinking of things to do. There's something else that we need to do. Looky here. I found enough that we can put together another netherite ingot. And this one, I think I'm going to put it on the pick. Right now, there's only one place I know I have smithing tables. Yes. We are going to take our Silk Touch pick, and we are going to add the netherite ingot. Oh, yes. We have a new tunnel. So let's go a little ways here till we find our new tunnel. We did some work on stream the other day. Ta-da! So there it is. There it is. I so want to go in, but I'm not quite ready yet. Not ready. We can't go in until we're ready. But, quite honestly, we have about everything that we need. A little bit of enchanting, a little bit of brewing, but we got good armor. We've got good weapons. We've got the phantom membranes for the slow-falling potions. We might be ready to tackle the dragon in our next episode. We'll find out.